Hello, my name's Julie from So Unique, and I will pop all the links down below where you can find me on social media. Well, welcome to episode 20. I hope everybody is well. I hope you've had a lovely week and managed to get some crafting done, or whatever else it is that you like doing. And I hope the weather's not been too bad where you are, because we have had some pretty bad rain this week. I mean, as you know, we have a table outside the shop, or we have been over the last few weeks selling the yarn, having our yarn sale. And I think we managed to get out every day, maybe not Thursday. I'm sure we missed one day last week because of the weather. Then again, I might be wrong. We might have managed every day actually. But you're always sort of watching the forecast and, you know, on your phone and that, and oh yeah, so one or two times I think we've had shorter days at selling outside, but it's been going really well. A lot of the yarn has gone now, so which is good. But I have been so busy this week. I just don't know where my week's gone. It's, you know, I know soon I go to work on Tuesday, and then it's like Sunday night and I'm going, you know, I think, oh my word, it's, you know, nearly time for work again. Because I've had lots of like messages on Facebook and things like that, people asking things about the yarn, and that sort of throughout the day and the evenings, that's been keeping me pretty busy. And obviously people are coming in to see the yarn, and people are coming into the shop, and we're packing stuff to put out on the table and bringing it all back in. So, and I'm running in and out all the time to top Adele up with a mint tea and keep her going, and sorting lunch out and everything, and post office runs. And I mean, I'm not complaining. It's just I just don't know where my week's gone. So I haven't really got a lot of crafting done this week. No, I'm nearly finished my cross stitch, which yeah, I've finished the main cross stitch. All I'm stitching now is back stitch for Honeybee. So once that's done, I am going to sort of layer it up on some card and fabric and things like that. So I will share that with you probably in a bit. But no, so I've just come out into my craft room. It's, what time is it? It's 5 to 9, and this is the first chance I've had today to come out here and do some work. So I've got rhubarb and custard gin today, and it's really nice. And I've got some of these plastic sort of ice cube things that you get. We've had them for a few years now, and that's brilliant. Save messing around. So that's to keep me going. I haven't actually bought anything this week, not really. Apart from some machine embroidery designs, I found a few nice ones. So yes, I will be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them up and keep them for the podcast, I think. So that'll be coming next week. So yeah, so I will share with you what I get up to. So I'll catch you a little bit later. I did make something yesterday. Last week I sold some of my bee bags on Etsy, and it's using our own fabric, and the lady sent me a message after she'd received it and told me how nice it was, and said, all I've got to do now is find a DPN case and an ocean spout to go with it. So I messaged her back and said I'd got some fabric left over, I'd be quite happy to make her one of each. So she said yes. So I did that, and what I'll do is I'll insert a photograph up here somewhere of what I did, and I've used the honeycomb fabric and the bee fabric, and it turned out really nice. I didn't want to part with it. So that's one thing I've done. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of machine embroidery. I'm actually going to do another one, but I'm not going to share the whole thing with you. Don't want to bore you. But this one's just finished. I've not pressed it or anything yet, but how cute is that? Especially if you like cats. Obviously we do. And yes, we like the Aristocats as well. So that was quite a quick stitch out, really. I like designs like this. I did have a little bit of a problem on the inner ear there, the pink. The machine kept stopping and telling me I'd got a thread break, and I checked the thread, I checked the bobbin thread. It keeps doing this, and there was no thread break. But when I looked, after about 4 attempts at trying to sort it, I'd noticed on one of the tension spool, it had sort of jumped out. So how it had come undone, I don't know, but it had jumped out, so that was the problem. So I finished off the bit in the other pink here, the pink there in the ear, and then I went back to this one, took it out of the machine and unpicked that inner ear. And luckily, because obviously the machine had got a bit of a problem with the tension, it was loose, so I managed to unpick it and then take the machine back a little bit to stitch it out. So it's all worked out really well. I guess I need to press it, but I'm not doing that now. I'm going to stitch out another one, and I'm going to do Ursula now because I like Ursula. I love the purple hair. I think that's what it is that gets me. So I'm going to sort some colours out and see what I can find. I have got a colour chart to go with the embroidery, but it's not giving me purple for the hair, and I'm sure she's got purple hair. So I need to check that out before I stitch any more. So hopefully I'll catch you all a bit later. And it's a good job I checked Ursula's hair colour because it is like grey, white grey sort of mix. I think why I've got purple in my mind is because when we've been to the conventions over the last few years, most people have got purple hair. That's what's stuck in my mind. So yeah, it's good if I got my computer out here so I can check. Anyhow, I finished Ursula. I've used a grey for her hair, but I picked up the wrong grey. I'd put a silver grey out, and yeah, I should have used that. But having said that, it looks okay, it's fine. I always like to do sort of test runs on things like this just to make sure I've got the right colour, because if I go and say to Adele, oh, what do you think to the colour, she'll say, I'll pick you some then she'll come and pick me some colours. But I think maybe for the body I could have got away with maybe a grey. I don't know, I'll see. So I'm not sure what I'm making with these at the minute, but you'll have to tune into the podcast to see what I actually make with these. Because I know I'm not going to have time this week to finish these off. So tomorrow I'm going to do another machine embroidery. And well, I've actually got two to do. And it's very similar to this style, but it's like Mickey Mouse's head. And I think there might be Minnie Mouse. And Mickey Mouse one is, I think it's a pumpkin. I think it's the shape of a pumpkin. It's got all autumn colour, so I'm really looking forward to doing that one. And I think Minnie is sort of spring summer flower, so I'm really looking forward to doing that one. But you know, I'm not going to bore you with all the machine embroidery, so I will just show them when I finish stitching them out. So I'm going to bed now because it's 20 to 12. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Well, I've not been in from work very long, so I'm just having a nice cup of tea, and I thought I'd come out here and do a little bit of sewing. I'm going to do some machine embroidery again, but I've been to the doctor's. Yesterday I had to go for my yearly health checkup, so it was like blood pressure taken, and I had bloods taken. So I've got a nice, a nice bruise on my arm. And this afternoon I went for my second COVID injection. So I'm really pleased. I've had 2 now, so that is good. And I mean, you go in, if you've had the injection, you know what it's like, and ask you all these questions. And as it was the second one and I was walking home, I didn't have to stay for 15 minutes, I think it was. So I was in and out and home within probably about 10 minutes, which wasn't too bad. Up to now, I'm fine. No side effects or anything yet. After the last one, I think it was about 4 hours before I had any sort of side effects, just tiredness and that. But I was just saying to Adele, oh, I felt it this time. Yeah, you do get a little scratch, but I don't know how to describe it. You could feel it inside, and it was like pressure. And I'm sat there going, ooh, like that. But it wasn't too bad. But yeah, it's done with now. So that's it until the next time, if we have to have a booster in the autumn or winter time. So Kevin goes for his on Friday. So yeah, so then we'll all be sorted. Anyhow, so I hope everybody's managing to get their COVID jabs and that everybody's okay with them. If you remember last week, I showed you a pattern for these little hats. Well, the pattern is lovely. There is nothing wrong with this pattern whatsoever. It's so easy to follow. It's just me. Just me. I managed to do one last week. Last week. But I went shopping and I couldn't find any pipe cleaners. There's no black pipe cleaners around anywhere. Anyhow, you know I haven't crocheted for it's 5 years, so my attention's off a bit. And well, there's my hat. It's a bit big, as you can see. And yeah, my stripes aren't very good, so I think I need to do a bit of practice. But I did find something out that I made, and what was it? I think it was going to be a little purse or something. So I thought I'll try this on and see if it fits. And it just shows you that I can crochet. So that fits. So I've got a little hat there. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe make a little pom-pom and decorate that up. Now this is in cotton, and I think this is cotton soft. So that works. So it shows I can crochet. But the cotton for this is drops. What was it? Drop saber? No, I can't remember. If I remember, I'll put it in underneath. And it's a nice cotton, but I think for me at the minute it splits and I get into a bit of a pickle. So I thought, right, just leave it. We'll put this on one side and I will go back to my ordinary DK style craft. And I made a start today while I was at work. I mean, I've only done a little bit, and this is working out a lot better. So I'm going to have a practice and see if this one turns out. I mean, I know this one might be a little bit too big. I'm not bothered about that at the minute. I just want to have a play and see how my crochet comes out. But what I might do is, I have found in one of my bags I've got some little crochet squares. I think I started doing a Battenberg blanket, but I wasn't in any rush to do it. It was just something to use my oddments of colours up. So I thought, well, I might just get that out and just sit and have a play and just sort of get my hand back in for the crochet, and then maybe try doing some stripes and things like that, because this one's, it's a bit, yeah, it's a bit of a mess really, but it's a practice, and I'm sure, you know, after I've had a little bit of practice it'll be fine. So that's really what I've been doing, not much else. I haven't had time for much else. Anyhow, I did have a little bit of post come. I didn't expect this to arrive. It's my, oops, whippy topper for my little marshmallow mug. It's lovely, it's nicely made, I'm really pleased with it. The only thing is, it's quite big. It's quite big. If you look at it that way, you can see it does hang over a bit. But yeah, it's sat on my windowsill. So I'm really pleased with that one. I like it with all the bees on and the dribble of honey. So yeah, so that does look nice. Right. I have to be careful I don't drop it. I don't want to break it. What else have I done? I made my gin, my rhubarb gin, so I'll put a couple of pictures in of that. So that's had that's had about a week, I think, so we've got another 3 weeks to go and it's looking quite good. But my rhubarb has taken a bit of a battering, and some of it I should have picked earlier, I know that. So I think this weekend I am going to have to probably chop it all back again, let it start afresh and see what I can use. And I think I've got another jar. I need to find my other jar out. I've got another bottle of gin in the cupboard, so I want to set another bottle of gin off and see if I've got enough then for some cordial and things like that. But I think it's going to have to wait till the weekend because I've not really got time this week. So yes, that'll be fun. What else am I doing? I don't think I've got anything else to share with you actually. No. Well, what I'm going to do now is I am going to get on with some machine embroidery, because obviously I've had my jab now, so I'm fine at the moment. But after last time, it was about 4 hours before I started to feel a bit off it. So I'm hoping I don't have that this time, and I'm hoping that I can go to work tomorrow. So yeah, so I'm going to get some sewing done now. So what I'm going to do is I am going to end this vlog now. I know it's a little bit shorter this week, but it's just been, I've been lacking in time this week and I've not really had time to craft. So yeah. But the thing is as well, I've got a few commissions to do. I've got 4 memory bears to make and a memory quilt. So I'm probably not going to vlog next week, and I might be missing the week after as well, because I really would like to sort of get these done, get them out of the way, then I can concentrate on doing other things. But we will be podcasting next week. What day is it? It's the 1st on Monday, I think. So hopefully there'll be a podcast up Monday or Tuesday. So I need to sort of continue this week making a few bits for the podcast, and then I'm probably going to have a couple of weeks off from vlogging so I can catch up with these orders, and then I will be back to my normally vlog. Yeah, because then it'll be getting close to our holiday, which will be good. So I will take you away with me for that. So yeah, so thank you for joining me this week, and I hope you've managed to get lots of crafting done, and I hope the weather's not been too bad for you. And like I say, I will see you again next week for the podcast for June, and I'll be back to my vlogs in probably a couple of weeks' time. Take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.